So The Old Guard is directed by Gina Prince Bythewood and stars Charlize Theron, Kiki Layne, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and it's about a group of mercenaries who they basically can't die. They've lived for several centuries and they just do not die. They just age slower than most people. And then a few things happen, including Kiki Layne, who's a new person who discovers that she has this ability as well. And basically someone wants to cure the aging process and basically got to go after him. So this is also based off a comic book of the same name. Never heard of it until this movie came out. So I can't really judge it on that. This movie came out on Netflix a few weeks ago. Had a chance to watch it finally. And admittedly the premise feels very interesting. I usually like premises like that. Also really like Charlize Theron, so that's a winning combo right there. And overall, this movie is, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad movie. It's not a great one in my opinion either. There are some good things here. The performances are really good all across the board. Charlize Theron's really good, as always. She's really good in her dramatic scenes, as well as her action scenes. Kiki Layne, she's also really good. Well, not as good as Charlize Theron, but she's good as this person who, discovers that she has the same ability as all these other people in this group. Chiwetel Ejiofor, he's fine. He kind of plays a villain, but not really. He's fine overall. There are other actors in this movie. Marwan Kenzari, he's one of the mercenaries as well. He's good here. He definitely makes up for his performance in Aladdin, I'll give him that. And the thing about most of the people in this group, like Charlize Theron, Kiki Layne, Marwan Kenzari, the bond is actually really good between them. You can tell that they've been friends forever, and you feel that throughout the entire film. There's a lot of the action in this movie. It's fine, it's passable, well, mostly. Sometimes it's like, oh, you can clearly see what's happening, and basically tell who's doing what throughout the entire scene. And other times, they do quick cuts, and I don't like that. And it's like, this director, admittedly, she has not really done a whole lot of action movies. Her filmography is mostly from dramas. So it's like, you can clearly tell that she's not used to action yet. So, but she definitely gets the bonding scenes down. Like, that's when the movie really shines for me. It's just the action is more mixed overall. It's not great like something like, say, the John Wick movies, but it's not as bad as something like Mile 22, that Mark Wahlberg movie, which I thought had some of the worst filmed action I'd seen ever. So, it's somewhere in between there. Like, you can kind of tell what's happening, and other times it's just like, it goes a little too fast, and you're like, wait, what just happened? So, another issue I had was with the villain, Harry Melling. He's kind of borderline in this movie. Sometimes I wish he was a villain who was like, oh, you're so campy that I have no choice but to like you. But then he also really tries to be serious throughout the movie, and I feel like he's trying to go back and forth through this, so. And, so he was also Dudley in the Harry Potter movies, and you can kind of see why he hasn't really worked as much, after Harry Potter, unfortunately. So overall, Old Guard has a few cool moments, has a cool premise, has some good performances. The interactions between the main stars is really good. And it's just the action is mostly the problem. And it's not that it's bad, it's just more that it's not filmed well. Like, you know, again, I mentioned this director is trying, and it's her first action film. So it's like, it's a noble effort. Like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not coherent. So overall, I'll give The Old Guard 2.5 out of 4 stars. Stream it. So, who's your favorite action team up? Like, who's your favorite group of action heroes? Or yeah, that's the question. Who's your favorite group of action heroes? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe.